to be here. We are presenting from a different view. Y'all notice we got a different setup. That means we're in a different location. How about that? So we came on down here to Marshall today. We're in Miss Deborah's neck of the woods. So we are going to be presenting Permission to Reset. Y'all don't want to miss that. I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to come on. And while we're doing that, I do not own the rights to this song. But y'all come on in, tag somebody, and we'll get started shortly. This is like, I've never heard this before, but I like it. Oh, it's very upbeat. Yeah. And now the rain is coming down. It is like, oh, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Just did get in here in time, y'all. This rain is something else, but I tell you what, I'll take the rain over the thunder and the lightning. I don't do well doing thunder and lightning. Come on in, come on in. We got anybody yet? Not yet. Yeah, it is Friday, early Friday morning, well, almost afternoon. We are approaching that noon hour. We are right here at a little after 11. Yeah. Everybody probably starts kind of sleepy because this is sleepy weather. Because I know I didn't want to get up this morning. That rain. It kind of slows you down a little bit. So. But nevertheless, this is Friday. Got to come on in here and get this day done. Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Faye Bridges. How are you doing? She says, I am here.
Oh, hey, can't see you in a long time.
She said, you don't see me, Kim. The words that they're sending me are popping up a little slow.
Okay.
But I see you now, Miss Faye.
All right, I'll give y'all about a few more seconds to pop in, and we're going to get this thing started so we can get it over and done. Today's topic is permission to reset.
Good morning, Miss Ashley.
Good morning.
She said, hey, y'all.
Hey.
Good morning, Miss Joy. She said, good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Joy. All right, it is almost 11:05. Y'all come on in, and we will get started this morning. One thing about it, when you're playing an instrumental part of any song, it's the long version. This version right here, we already 5 minutes in there. So, all right, guys, it is 11:05, and we're going to go ahead and get started this morning. I am Kimberly Taylor, work for Wellness Points for Youth Prevention, and
I'm Deborah McAfee, Youth Prevention Wellness Point.
all right, and our topic today is permission to reset. And y'all, that's exactly what it means. Permission to reset. A lot of times, at the beginning of the year, I used to be bad about setting New Year's resolutions, and by the time January is over with, they done went out the door. And so, and it's kind of a letdown because, we all start out with good intentions, but we don't always end that way.
That's right.
And so today we're going to give a little tips on how to give yourself permission to say, hey, it's okay. We can always restart and reset. And so I'm going to kick it off and basically give you 7 ways to get back on track. And this information was really good because it hit home with me, because usually the author of this article is basically talking about, most of the time at the beginning of the year, we set goals about getting healthier, getting wealthier, and just doing, better at other things. And so I like, hey, that's me. I done said all them goals so many times. And so many times they fail. And here's the thing about that is like maybe a few years ago, I just stopped setting New Year's resolutions. Because the thing about it is you don't have to wait till the new year to set a resolution. It's called a goal, and so you can set a goal anytime you get ready. And so a lot of times we put too hard of a stipulation on our time frame on ourselves, like 2 months from now I'm going to do this. But what we don't do is allow for the obstacles, because life is going to happen, and things are going to come up, and we're not going to be able to do exactly what we say. And sometimes for me, it was like when I put my stuff that hard and then give myself permission for obstacles, it ended up, I gave up.
Yeah.
Because I didn't allow myself the space and the time for things to come. So this article helped me out a lot. I'm going to read some of the information that I have, and I hope it helps you as well. So here are 7 ways to get back on track. Number 1, reassess your goals. It says that some resolutions that we set ourselves up for failure, basically. I already knew that me right here. Because we don't give ourselves enough time, or we don't put the right actions into place to get those goals done. It says to shift or adjust your goal if you need to. For me, that's another thing. You have to be flexible. Just because it didn't work this way does not mean it's not going to work. Sometimes you just have to give yourself a little bit more time to reach that goal. Ultimately, you should end up with a clear goal that defines what you'll be willing to do and how you're going to be able to get it done on a regular basis. So create something that is flexible. All right, number 2. Here's the kicker, this one right here. Be honest about your choices. Oh my goodness. That one right there, I had to read that one 2 or 3 times, because a lot of times we have all these intentions on setting a goal, y'all, but how many times do we actually put into place what we really need to do? Are we being honest about ourselves? It's like, I want to save this amount of money, but, have you ever wrote your budget out? Have you ever put into place what are you spending, that type of thing? And so sometimes literally writing it out on paper and actually doing it don't match. And so you have to be honest with yourself. Just know that, we have to stop making excuses. And that's what it says. Don't make excuses. Instead, be honest about your choices. Admit to yourself that you are struggling and that you are giving into temptation. There's like, that's me. Also acknowledge that you've been convincing yourself that maybe, it's easier to go back into our old habits than to try and do something that's new. So that's me. It's easy to get off track. Once you get off track and you go into your old habits, then you just abandon the whole goal, and then it's like you're back to square one. So be honest with yourself. Number 2. Number 3, evaluate your commitment and readiness to change. Take a few minutes to really look at your desire to create change. And that's it. Do you really want to make a change? Because in order to do something new, you have to do something that you've never done before, because we already know, what we've always done is what we're always going to get. So we have to do something new. So take a few minutes to look at what you want to do and what you accomplish, and actually, say, do I really want to give this up? What sacrifices am I going to have to make to give this up? It says a good way to address your readiness is to create two different pros and con lists. Make the first one about the pros and cons of making the change you're considering. Then create the other list about the pros and the cons for not changing your behavior. Seeing these two lists on paper can help you decide how to commit the commitment that you really want to put in action. So basically, put your pros and cons, like the positive part of this and the negative part of what you want to do. And actually seeing them side by side will actually help you to show you where you want to start making the goals. Because again, sometimes we make goals and we set them too high and we fail. So starting low, starting small, and it's okay. In small increments will help you achieve what you're trying to get.
Good.
Number 4, consider what you're giving up. No matter how motivated you feel, you won't succeed unless you consider what you need to give up to reach your goal. That's kind of like piggybacking off of number 3. Sometimes what we want, again, we have to, put in a little bit more work for that. Are you willing to put in the work? Is what y'all say. Doing the work. Number 5, develop a clear strategy. Sometimes when we make resolutions, we have so many things. For me, I'll put it like that. I have so many things on my list. Y'all was like, I don't even know where to start. It's like the list is like, I want to do this. But at the same time, it's like, okay, shorten this down. Yeah. What's prioritized? What's the most important thing on this list? And then work on that. I mean, I still have time to work on this. I still have time to work on that. But prioritize and say, hey, you know what? Out of all this stuff on this list, this is what I'm going to work on first. Okay. And then develop a strategy on how you're going to achieve this. It says break down a big resolution into short-term objectives. If your goal is to pay off your car in a year, establish a weekly savings account. That was me. Paying off house, paying off car, paying off something. Every year, like I wanted to pay something off so that I could have more money coming in, because I was having more going out coming in. That's not budgeting, hey, but you live, you learn, hopefully. Number 6 is practice self-compassion. That was another biggie for me, because sometimes too, when we fail, oh my God, like with me, it's like, you know what, I done found myself in the pit again. I knew that I was slipping. I didn't do anything to stop. I just fell again, and here I am in the same predicament, y'all. Oh my God. And so sometimes, for me, I am my worst critic. I can talk worse to myself than anybody outside of here, And so I have to stop doing that, because the thing of it is that I'm a nurturer, and so I have a habit of nurturing other people, but I don't nurture myself. And so, you got to reverse that thing. If I'm going to be nice to other people, I got to be nice to myself. Moving on to number 7, plan ahead for obstacles. No matter how much time you spend planning ahead, there will always be obstacles in your path. Hey, life is going to happen. There is nothing you can do about it. Just know that you can always reset. Give yourself permission to reset and restart. It's just we cannot keep things from happening. That flat tire on the way, or that broken windshield, whatever. Hey, it wasn't in the budget, but hey, you know what? Because I planned ahead and put extra money in the budget, it's gonna be all right. So it says, no matter how much time you spend planning ahead, there will always be obstacles in your path. Having a solid plan in place can help you overcome obstacles while also giving you the mental strength you need to face other challenges you may not anticipate. And it says, change rarely happens in a straight line, y'all. We're going to have to turn left, we're going to have to turn right, nothing happens straight. And while you might feel like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, remember that 1 step, is all it takes in the right direction. It's okay, if we have to regroup and go back a little bit, but just know that you're still on track. Keep it moving, don't give up, motivate yourself to keep going. And that's all I have for mine, 1 through 7. Miss Deborah, what do you have?
Okay.
Hey. And we're talking about giving yourself permission to reset. We want to welcome Mr. Ernest Starling, Miss Carolina, Miss Kim, Miss Ashley said good information.
Yay,
Miss
we
Faye
miss
said
you.
that's good. And I'm pretty sure she was, Miss Ashley, when she did this or whatever, when I did this, I'm pretty sure this is why she did this. She said, right on. And then Miss Faye said, talk about it now.
Okay.
So good information. Miss Patricia says, hello, ladies.
Hello.
Okay, I will talk about recharging your personal battery. Is everyday life leaving you drained? In today's fast-paced world, being busy seems like something to be proud of. Between working all day, eating on the run, and having little time for fun and relaxation, it's normal to feel exhausted at some of the time. But always feeling worn out isn't healthy.
That's right.
It can also have you less productive and less happy. If you're facing everyday exhaustion, it might help to take some steps to recharge your personal battery. Now, here are some ideas that may help you energize your mind and body. First, let's talk about recharging yourself physically.
Okay.
Taking good care of your body can make it easier to recharge your mind. Being stressed can take a toll on your body. Did you know that? Even if you don't have a very physical job, you can help recharge your body with the following activities. Now, these are some activities you can start doing now if you have not done it in the past. Number one, stretch. You can help recharge by stretching your muscles for just 5 minutes every few days. Better yet, take a yoga class once or twice a week. Number two, exercise. Instead of sitting down to recharge, try getting up and moving around. Walking or biking, even just for 20 minutes, can leave you feeling energized for hours. Number three, get more sleep. That's what we all need to do.
Okay, right now.
Sleep is the ultimate body recharger. Experts recommend 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night for healthy adults age of 26 to 64. Number four, get regular rest. It's important to allow your body to rest. According to experts, 60 to 90-minute naps can be a great energy booster. So remember, those 4 things: you need to stretch, exercise, get more sleep, and get regular rest. Now, when it comes to recharging your personal battery, it's important to pay attention to your mind, not just your body, but also your mind. Thinking about the things that stress us out often makes it harder to recharge. Now, here's some things you can do to soothe and energize your mind. Number one, make a list of your accomplishments. It's common to feel like you can't keep up or not getting enough. If you're feeling overwhelmed, sit down and jot down a short list of your accomplishments. This can give you motivation and energy to move forward. Number two, let go of past mistakes. Help let go of the past by focusing on your goals for the future. Whatever happened in the past, leave it in the past.
That's good. That's good.
Number three, do something fun.
Yes.
For example, take a weekend trip. See some old friends. Go out and have some fun. Number four, take breaks from things and people that bring you down. If certain people or situations have you feeling down, take a break from them. This could mean putting certain relationships on hold until you have the energy to deal with them.
There you go.
Number five, spend time with close friends and family. Good people tend to radiate good energy. Recharge by spending more time with people who boost you up as opposed to those bringing you down. And number 6, take a break from technology. Others' lives often seem perfect on social media, but they rarely are. And that is true.
It is true.
That's good.
Feeling like you have to live up to a certain expectation can be draining.
Yes, it is.
Put social media on pause. Now, making these small adjustments to your lifestyle can translate to significant reduction in your stress levels. So recharge your personal battery by taking care of yourself physically and mentally. Now, my information came from www.heartline.com. So as you heard before, Miss Kim, she talked about setting goals, and I talked about recharging your personal battery. So this is what I want you to do. Please follow us on Facebook at Strengthening Families and Strengthening Families Program and Instagram Youth Prevention 2020. See you next week.
I just want to read a few of the comments that they have here. We want to welcome Williams Chapel. We thank you for entering. But Ashley said, change doesn't happen in a straight line. She said she liked that. And she said she misses y'all too. Patricia said she read a sign on the road this morning and said, don't give up. We were kind of lost, but we found our way and we didn't give up.
That's right.
And actually, she was talking about me as far as putting the sign. But the exercise is stretching, exercise, get some more sleep, get more rest. Came from Miss Faye Bridges. And Ashley says, yes, sit down. Miss Tyrunda says, wow. Welcome, Miss Tyrunda. We hope you're feeling well.
Yes.
Patricia said, good information, Miss Deborah.
Thank you.
Miss Tyrunda says, good stuff, ladies.
Thank you.
Great job, ladies. Y'all did an awesome job. She said, yes, pause, Miss Ashley, pause for the cause. She says, proud of my team. Let's go. Miss Faye Bridges says, y'all helping me this morning.
All right.
Miss Polly Smith, great information. Miss Tyrunda, you ladies are fabulous. So we thank each and every one of y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
And let me do one more thing. I forgot to tell y'all where I got my information from. It came from an article from the Insider, and it's entitled, If Your New Year's Resolutions Are Already Slipping, Here Are 7 Ways to Get Back on Track, according to a psychotherapist. And her name was Amy Morton. And it was published January the 31st, 2021.
All right. Thanks, everyone.